Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy Sebastian Ryder, and you tapped into another episode of Cut Different TV. And I mean, if y'all haven't noticed, Connecticut is in the building, man. We love Connecticut. Today we got another superstar coming out of Connecticut, coming out of Bridgeport. Don't forget the dot at the end. We got my brother Cryz in the building.
What's good? What's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
Man, I mean, you know, he's a soft-spoken guy.
Definitely.
But he just dropped a project called Best Friend. We're going to get into that and much more on this episode of Cut Different TV. But before we get started, Cryz, I got to say something to him, man.
What's up? What's up?
Go ahead and click that red button, man. Like, subscribe, and join the Cut Different family. We bringing y'all heat. We continuously bringing y'all great artists, great talent. So stay tuned, lock in with us, and we're about to get into this interview.
Smack that red button for real. Smack that shit.
Yeah.
And tell a friend to tell a friend.
Big facts, big facts. And so today you're the star of the show, man, and we want to know a little bit about what makes you cut different. And we met originally at Dusty State True's Plug and Play in New Haven, but you from Bridgeport.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the childhood. You started singing at the age of 4.
Yeah.
Let's tell us about that.
So I definitely started early with singing. There wasn't like any choir or anything. I was just singing around the house, music choice on demand. And yeah, like I remember my first 2 songs that I really was singing on repeat was With You by Chris Brown and Un Beso by Aventura. And it was just like, I guess a love at first sight with music for me. Since then, I was always singing until I started writing at the age of 12.
And so your big brother was a big influence for you.
For sure.
Right.
My older brother, Brandon, his rap name was Be Nice.
Yeah.
He was just rapping for fun. Like, he was getting money. He got a laptop. He got a mic, and he was just rapping in his room with his friends. And then he used to make me. It's gonna sound crazy, but he used to make me go in the closet, and like he would force me to sing this one song, this Bruno Mars song, When I Was Your Man. And he used to just make me sing that shit on repeat until I got it right, and then he would record it on his little garage band. And yeah, that was like the first big push that I got from somebody that believed in me singing and making music.
Word. Shout out Be Nice, man.
Yeah, Be Nice.
It doesn't sound like he was being very nice, though.
Nah, he wasn't.
It sounds like he was being mean.
He was trying to be on his Joe Jackson tip.
Yeah. I feel sometimes we saw what happened with Michael Jackson.
It worked.
You know what I'm saying?
It worked.
But shit, man, so you started off as Genesis.
Yeah.
Started off in the boom bap lane. You know what I'm saying? You were inspired by, like, you know, Big Pun, B.I.G., 90s hip hop. Yeah. So let's talk about that original sound and then transitioning into what we're hearing on Best Friend.
Yeah, so I felt like Genesis was a product of my older brother. My brother was heavy on the bars, and he kind of had this like Dave East flow, if you will, you know? So I kind of just looked up to him like that, and I was like, that's how I got to start. So I started writing raps. No real structure to the songs, just straight freestyling over old 90s beats. And I had the name of Genesis because I believed it was the beginning of something. The Bible, Genesis is the first chapter. So with that, it just turned into me writing every day. I had a mixtape when I was 14 called The Beginning under Genesis. And I had it out on Spinrilla, which is non-existent no more.
Yeah, but Spinrilla, don't get it twisted now. I know we got Gen Zs watching this shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Gen Z, actually.
Me
but
too.
I feel like the millennials know what you're talking about, but then the later Gen Zers, Spinrilla was lit. I mean, that's when I heard Stoner by Young Thug.
Hell yeah.
Free Thug. But anyways, this ain't about Thug. Go ahead.
Nah, Free Thug for real. But yeah, that first mixtape was I had a Beware freestyle, I had a Survival Tactics freestyle, I had a classic freestyle, and that's how I got my start. And then once I turned about 15, 16, I started deciding. Well, I decided that I needed to adapt. Like the what I like to make wasn't going to make anything. So I was just like, you know, it doesn't have to be strictly lyrical and lyrical spiritual shit. Like, I have to really put my head out there, put myself out there, and experiment. So next on that was more of a melodic rap, like a Boogie, a J.I., Lil Baby sound. More trying to keep up with the time. And then from there, once I got comfortable with experimenting with stuff, it just led into everything else.
And then so you start experimenting, you're trying different sounds, and I'll take it you're out of the closet at this point. He don't still got you in the
I'm not in the closet.
Yeah, no pun intended. No, that's not a metaphor for something else, by the way. Don't get it twisted, but
straight like a pencil.
Yeah.
But I'm an ally.
Yeah.
Allies.
Allies. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hold on. Okay. All right, let me take a deep breath. All right, we back. So he's out of the closet at this point. No pun intended. And so you're experimenting with different music. You're vibing. You're having a good time. Yeah. And earlier we was talking, you got the country records. You got the melodic trap records. You got everything. You got Twin that you just did live for Cut Different TV.
I got a bachata song.
Yeah.
I got mad alternative songs. I have like dance hall songs. I have everything. I write everything. I feel like the writing is what's most important to me.
Yeah.
Like as long as you know how to structure the song that you're trying to make, it's going to, and you're good at writing, then it'll work. I hate when I hear like a R&B song or a pop song and it just sounds like they're rapping the whole time, or they're trying to rap and it's just a pop beat behind it or a R&B beat behind it. I want to really take the essence of the song and the sounds in the songs and express it through words.
Fire. And so 2017, special year for you.
Yeah.
You dropped your first R&B track.
No, not 2017. It was 2017 was the first mixtape, the lyrical.
That's right.
Yeah. 2021 was the first R&B track I dropped. It was Where Have You Been? And that was my first time really stepping in the studio and using my voice to its full capacity and really stepping outside my comfort zone with the singing. Like I said, the melodic rap, you sing here and there, but it's real rap. It's really rap at the end of the day. This was a full R&B kind of, I would say like it was like another ballad, like a Keisha Cole ballad, but in a male's point of view.
Yeah.
And that was the first one. And since there, it's been different.
Keisha Cole is powerful.
Keisha Cole, powerful.
That's crazy that you referenced that. So, obviously when you're younger, right? Like you start off doing boom bap, you're rapping, you're doing a lot of freestyles, and like that pen, that writing and the poetry that we saw on Best Friend as well is something that you've been passionate about for a while.
Yeah.
And so as we all do growing up, you experience life, you was telling me that you had a relationship, inspired the project, you know what I'm saying? And we also get into the whole theme of the project, which I feel like is missing a lot these days, right? Yeah. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the process of getting into, making Best Friend, because you were working on that for a while. And what was the inspiration like? What did you go through, bro?
I went through some shit because it was kind of a little situationship that stemmed off of a relationship. So you're
gonna need to clear that up.
Yeah, let me clear that. All right, so I dropped after Genesis was over. My first mixtape as Cryz was Blossom. It was called the Blossom EP, and that was after my first breakup, like my first heartbreak. But that was full of the A Boogie sound, and I was real bitter because I had got cheated on and all that. So it was just like a fuck you. It was like a big fuck you EP. And then after that dropped, I started messing with this girl that I was fucking with heavy while I was in that relationship.
Hold on.
But wait. Let me explain myself.
Hold on, because you're making accusations.
Nah. He's not. This is real spill.
Okay.
All right, so this is real spill. Feel me? So I knew I really fucked with this girl, but I keep myself at a at a standard. Like, I'm not gonna be that guy that cheats. So I just, feel me, the girl at the time that I was fucking with, she had you know, caught the vibe. She caught the vibe that I was fucking with this individual. Well, that I had feelings for this individual, but I didn't want to lose her, so I had cut that person off. Feel me? So the vibe had been caught while I was in the relationship, but I cut it off because I just didn't want to be that person. So then once the relationship was done, we kind of rekindled it and started it back up.
Okay.
And I named the project Best Friend because for a long time, towards the end of that first relationship and a while after, it was a friendship. It was just like somebody I could talk to every day, you know, share shit that we liked with each other, but nothing real intimate. It was just like, you know, having a cool companion at the time until I had to, you know, put up my pants and be like, you know, I really fuck with you. So then that's when that started. And
Okay,
then,
so I need clarity real quick because, you know, I'm not Maury Povich.
Word.
Right? But it sounds like something with you was trying to dabble in two ponds at the same time.
I wasn't.
Or you was just friends with old girl.
Yeah.
Y'all were just friends. The one girl didn't like it. And so then she was like, all right, you either need to pick one. That caused turmoil. And then she went and did some bullshit because she was upset about the situation that you was in.
Yeah, nah, because once I deaded it with the second shorty,
okay,
while I was in the first relationship, it was dead. It was like, I'm not contacting you, like, no, nothing. Like, we see each other, because this is high school shit, so we see each other in school, but, like, we're not doing nothing. We're not having those conversations that we had. Yeah. Because I'm out of respect for my girl. Yeah. But
I respect that.
Then when COVID hit, we wasn't even in school, so I didn't even have to, out of sight. It was an out of sight, out of mind thing. Like, I don't have to see you, so I don't have to worry about you. I'm worried about my girl. But amidst COVID, my girl at the time had cheated on me. You know what I mean? So that was a whole thing. And then I didn't find out till like the day after Christmas. So I got all her shit. Feel me? Took it. Found out the day after. I was tight. I was hurt. That's why I made that "Fuck You" record, pretty much. And yeah, and then a whole lot of drama happened with me releasing that music, with her new boo or whatever. But we're not even gonna get into that.
We're not gonna shine no light on the ops.
Yeah, no light on the ops. Fuck you. We stand on it over here. I cut different.
Facts.
Facts. So yeah, it was just a lot of. I would say it's little kid shit at this point. You know? Me and the first girl had we made up. Well, not made up, but like, you know, we squashed everything, and we it is what it is now. You know, we don't have no bad blood. But yeah, after that relationship, it had just led into me restarting it with the one that I had eyes for. And yeah, it was that for a good amount of time from 2021 to mid 2022. And that one just ended on some, it wasn't no cheating thing or anyone did anything bad per se. It was more like time was being wasted, and I didn't want to feel that way no more. So it was like I had to give the ultimatum this time. Like, it's either you decide what you want, or you know, we gotta go our separate ways. And she asked me to give her some time. I gave her some time, but even that time turned into a long time. So I was just like, I can't do it. And that's why this Best Friend record is more sentimental than the previous one, because it's more of an unfinished story in my eyes, or at least was an unfinished story.
So I want to just be the first person to say thank you to both of you ladies, because this project, we was listening to it during production, during setup, and you know, let's just get into the theme or we just talked about what inspired it, but let's get into the thought process that went into, you basically turned this into a movie through music.
Yeah.
So going into the project, obviously you're inspired, you're feeling all these emotions. And at this point, we know that when Cryz, don't forget the dot at the end, feels something.
Don't forget it.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to put it on wax.
For sure.
But why this time did you say, all right, this isn't just going to be a record like I'm moving on. I'm actually going to tell a story.
Yeah.
Walk me through that.
So with this one, it was more of my vision was to not only make the songs like you said and just have them as songs, but to take inspiration from like Tyler the Creator's albums or like SZA's last album SOS, where I feel like is what's the word, sequenced the right way.
Of course, yeah.
That everything matches and blends together, and I felt like the only way to do that was to make a cohesive story, so it blends in regardless. So I start off with the track of In Another Life, which uses the metaphor of doing drugs, coke in particular. I don't do drugs. I don't do coke, but the idea of coke and what it does to you, it makes you feel like you have no problems, and it makes you feel like you're another person, or at least you're self-enhanced. So I took that idea, made Another Life, and in the lyrics of Another Life, it is basically starting the album off with a dream state, because I draw a lot of inspiration from dreams. I feel like I'm a dreamer. I go to sleep, I dream every night. I have full Michael Bay productions in my shit. So
shout out Michael Bay. Man.
Word, shout out Michael Bay, Martin Scorsese. I got scripts for y'all if y'all need them. But yeah, it starts it off in this dream state, then it leads into the song Sleepwalking, still in that dream state all the way up to the middle of the album with a reality check where it kind of just cuts the dream, and it's like, all right, now you got to deal with the reality. And moving forward with the reality comes the more somber songs of the record, but also the most meaningful songs of the record. The one I performed today, Twin, is on that half of the record. I have a song called Your Peace, that it's like a mix of acoustic ballad with that melodic rap. And just really going through the motions of what happened after the fact that we stopped talking and I no longer had my best friend.
Damn, man, that's sad, bro.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And then it ends off with the song Better Off, because then that's the song that I realized where I realized that you'd probably be better off without me anyways, and I'd probably be better off without you. Probably wasn't gonna be healthy for each other.
All right, okay. On a positive note, the project is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And I think to the listener, right, there's gonna be something. You know, the energy that you put out is the energy that you're gonna receive. So there's gonna be people that resonate with even listening to it earlier. I'm like, damn, like this shit kind of sad. They're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
But what is something positive that they can take from this project? What do you want them to learn through, obviously, what you've been through in your situations? And where is Cryz now since dropping that project?
What I can say to take positive out of it is, you know, whatever pain, if it's a big pain, small pain, just put it into whatever you love. Because I feel like pain and, in a sense, like negativity is a big drive for me. Somebody doubts me, I want to prove them wrong. Somebody does me wrong, I don't want to necessarily do them wrong, but I want to kind of like capitalize off of it, like use it to my advantage in what I do. And writing is therapy to me. So if I can make something beautiful out of something ugly, I'm going to do it. So what I would say to the listener is, even though these are ugly situations and these songs may make you feel sad and reminisce, those things happened for a reason, because if they didn't happen, you wouldn't have learned what you needed to learn, and you would have stayed in a stagnant place. So use that pain and make yourself a better person.
You need to add a philosopher in your Instagram bio. So you took 2022 off. Is that why you took it off? Because you was going through all that bullshit? Or
Nah. 2022 was a study year. Like, I had just graduated from high school the year prior. I decided not to go to college because school was never really for me. But 2022 I took as, all right, you're going to do music, you got to know what you're doing. So every artist that I admired, every genre that I liked personally, any song that I heard that really stuck with me, I was dissecting that whole year. So I remember that year, it was more like phases. Like the first half of the year, I was listening to Frank Ocean a lot on repeat. Dissecting.
Which album?
Both. Actually, his 2 albums and his mixtape, Nostalgia Ultra. And really, listening to everything he was saying, the way he wrote, the imagery that he used within his words, and how it painted a picture in my head, and the feelings that he made me feel with those words. I wanted to replicate that and be able to do them with my own experiences.
Okay.
So I took that from him. Then once it started getting warmer outside, you want to start feeling better. I was listening to a lot of Tory.
Tory Lanez?
Yeah, Tory Lanez.
Canceled. Nah, I'm just playing. He ain't do that shit.
Yeah, free Tory too. Free Tory and Thug.
Yeah.
And Cass, but I don't know about Cass.
You said who?
Casanova.
Oh, yeah. 2
free,
times?
Yeah. But I was listening to a lot of Tory, his dance hall shit, R&B, his rap, and that's somebody I feel like his versatility is not really being touched by anyone in the game. So I was like, all right, he's this versatile by doing what? So I was dissecting that and how he would approach every genre differently, and keeping that in mind when I made every genre that I make. Because I feel like he's one of those people that understands how to make a song that not only can you feel, but it's gonna be a hit, because he knows how to structure his songs. So I took a lot of structuring from him. Then the fall came, and I was in an alternative bag. I was listening to Rex Orange County, and other alternative acts I can't really think of right now. But Rex is more of a person that speaks to, like, I like to say he speaks to the inner child. So I wanted to know and understand how he did that. What was it? How did he make what about him making his voice sound like this do to make me feel like this? Because it's not only about the words, it's also about the key that you hit in. And it's also about, what you choose to highlight in the moment by doing a little distortion on that, or a little beat break so you can only hear the vocal, that it's gonna hit you harder. And then in the winter, it was SZA. To be honest, it was SZA. SZA album really made me understand the concept of what I say before, the sequencing.
Be honest, bro. You was laid up on the couch under a fuzzy blanket with some. What was you doing, bro?
I ain't gonna lie, I was in a weird place because I wasn't even in CT. I was living out in New York with my cousins, and then living with my brother in West Haven. I was just moving around a lot because I was working out in New York, as a cook, and I was just traveling a lot. So within traveling, I was just on repeat in my headphones, and I was understanding how an album or a project should be paced. You don't want too many slow songs backed up against each other, and people are gonna get bored. You want some pops of like life. within the project to keep people attention, but also maintain that message that you're trying to send out through the album.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I learned from that whole 2022 year.
Damn.
And I'm still learning to this day. One of the artists that I'm learning from the most right now is Dominic Fike.
I like Dominic Fike.
Yeah,
and that's crazy because I couldn't think earlier when I was listening to the what was the track, the alternative joint that you had sent through on the live. It's the acronym.
MTF, More Than Friends.
Boom. That's the one.
Yeah.
I wanna be,
right? Yeah.
That reminds me of Dominic Fike.
Yeah, I got a lot of inspiration from him, especially that breakdown I was telling you where I made my voice the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Him is he has no fear to play with his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would put any filter on his voice. He would distort whatever instrument he wants to get the feeling right. Because I feel like with him, it's all about the feeling. And I'm learning from him the most right now. Like that's a big inspiration for me right now. Just getting the feeling right of the song and not just the words to explain how I feel or someone else feels, but also to bring out the life in the beat and make sure it's blended like a smoothie at the end of it.
Damn, bro. Look, one thing I don't even need to tell y'all, because if you watching the interview, I assume, I'm not even going to tell y'all to like the video, because I already know by now y'all had to have liked it or else you hating. And if you hating, then why you still watching? Go somewhere with that bullshit. But if you liked it, you good. Stay with us. You part of the fam. But yeah, bro. So, I mean, obviously you're a student of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I would say that makes you cut different. But I got to ask you, Cryz, I mean, in your own words, right? You study all these other artists. You feel me? Introspectively looking in at yourself.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy how I worded that. But looking within, I'm going to say, what makes you cut different? And if somebody were to study you, what is something that you hope that they would pick up on and understand?
With me is just not the fear to experiment. Just whatever you feel like making, make it. If it's art, if it's poetry, if it's music, make it. Even if it's outside of the box that you put yourself in, or if somebody else puts you in a box, do it. Because that can be what actually brings you the happiness that you want. Like, I feel like I personally don't make music for, I make music for people, but I don't only make it for them. It's mainly for myself to get whatever's off my chest. A lot of my songs, I'm speaking directly to someone. So use, like I said earlier, use that pain, the trauma, the struggle, and use it to be different. Like, I'm not one to like to stay in a box. Like, I was the type of dude in school wearing 2 different pairs of shoes because I just wanted to be different. So the need or the wanting to constantly experiment is what makes me cut different, and also the wanting and need to always be different is what makes me different.
Damn. I would end it there just because I want y'all to really just let that sit with you. You know what I'm saying? But here's what I'm going to do. I want to know what dish. Because if y'all don't know already, not only can he break it down, he's obviously philosophical. You know what I'm saying? He can do alternative. He can give you bars. He can give you a ballad. He can also give you a plate with some what?
With anything you want. I make Chinese. I'm telling you, I don't keep myself out of a box only when it comes to music. When it comes to food, I'm also not in a box. I can make Chinese food. I can make Italian food. I can make Spanish food, Caribbean food, American food. You know, my father's a chef, so he's taught me how to cook since I was 9. And, you know, growing up, whenever I would get bored, I would watch like a little YouTube video on some dish I thought was interesting and just try it. And if it worked out and I liked how it tasted, liked how it came out, then I would just keep it memorized and keep it in my inventory for whoever I need to impress at the moment.
I feel that. And so you see, I wasn't even going to go there, but you started it. Well, so when you trying to impress somebody, when you trying to impress a lady, because you done been through it.
Of course.
You're not fucking around no more. You trying to make, I don't know what stage you in, you'll let them know, but walk me through a first date with Cryz.
A first date with Cryz.
What's going on?
All right, a first date with Cryz. If we outside, it's going to be a movie than a dinner. Just because if I'm trying to get to know you, we going to watch a little movie together, you know, something that we could both agree on, like, you know, something that we both interested in.
You going to the theater?
Yeah, to the theater.
Okay, all right.
This is if we outside.
Okay, all right.
So if we outside, we going to go to the theater, watch a little something, go have dinner, so we can have something to talk about first. You know, we're going to talk about the movie and then get into something deeper so I could get to know the person. If we at my crib, I'm cooking. Before you get there, the food gonna be ready. Just cause
you got the apron on and you got a custom apron and shit.
Custom apron and all that.
Cryz gonna be butt ass nigga. Hey, look, Cryz butt ass nigga when you walk in the door with an apron on. He ready.
Real shit.
He don't got no food.
He don't got no food. Nah, that's crazy. Nah, food's gonna be ready.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people would like to cook with whoever they're interested in. Not that person. I don't like cooking with people in the kitchen, to be honest. I'd rather you come, the meal's ready, I'm ready, and we're going to sit over this food I made for you, this food I just put love into, and we're going to have a deep connection in that moment. Okay. We're going to understand each other. You're going to understand how much, you're going to understand where I'm willing to go and what I'm willing to do.
So you're not gonna scare her? This the first date, Cryz?
Nah, I mean that's why I said if we outside, something simple.
Okay, all right.
But if you want to come to the crib, we gonna come to the crib, and I'm gonna feel me.
Okay, I feel so you keeping the same energy. It doesn't matter if it's date one, date. So, but if you do all that on date one, what you gonna do on date three?
I'm an immensely deep person.
Okay, all right. It's levels. It's levels to Cryz.
The first date is only gonna scratch the surface. I'm gonna want to get to know you.
Okay.
Like, regardless, I want to get to know you more than what you portray in public, because I already know you pretty, you in my crib, or I already know you pretty, you outside, I'm outside with you. Okay. But looks ain't really the whole thing. Like, I really want to understand how you think and what makes you tick. Okay. And that's what I'll get from that first date. And if we proceed, then the conversation is only going to get deeper.
All right. Cool. Hey, so without further, I mean, he just told you what he's looking for. You know what I'm saying? So your DMs is open.
DMs is wide open.
If they trying to catch you for a movie or whatever the vibe is, you know what I'm saying? Where can they find you at?
They could find me at CRYZ.official_ at all platforms. Yep. Out in Bridgeport, I'll take trips out to the city, and I'll be around. I'll be around. I work. I'll be in the gym, and I'm constantly making music. So we could figure something out. Whoever's interested.
Nah, he just smiled at the camera. That's funny as hell. But shit, man, so go stream Best Friend. I'm telling you, that project is crazy, and I would not lie to y'all because we on Cut Different TV, and that's not what we do. That wouldn't be Cut Different, would it? Nah. And shit, man, I'm just, before we go, you know what I'm saying? You told them where they could find you at. At the end of this interview, if they watched it all the way through, they fans now. How could they not be?
How can you not? I'm a lovable person.
You know what I'm saying? I can't tell if I just watched the episode of This Is Us or did an interview. I don't know what's going on, but I feel some type of way. And so I know y'all feeling some type of way at home. What's next for Cryz, for the people that want to follow along and see what you got coming? And any parting words that you want to give to the people?
What's next for me is definitely stepping deeper into the pool of alternative. I feel like I got something there that I'm not done with. And alternative as a genre is very flexible. It allows me to be as experimental as I want and give it a label if it needs a label. So definitely watch out for more alternative music from me. I got a couple songs already loaded up for the next couple months to come out. And yeah. What was your last question?
Any parting words?
Oh, any party words? Oh, I hope you enjoyed the performance. I hope you enjoyed my words and took something from it. And hope to see you soon.
He
and
said
don't forget the dot. CRYZ, don't forget the dot.
Don't forget the dot at the end, man. It's your boy Sebastian Ryder. You tapped into another episode of Cut Different TV. And our guest today was...
CRYZ, Cryz, don't forget the dot.
Go ahead and just tell him one more time.
Cryz, CRYZ, don't forget the dot.
Don't forget the dot, man. We outside. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Cut Different TV. We out.
Boom.